What do you guys think after working with the homeless for so long, that society as a whole, just like people walking around the streets of Newark, what could they do, I guess, to help the homeless and just like better, like accept them into society, I guess?
Yeah, I guess one would be, like one thing would be, if you're waiting for the train or something like that, like if you're in a place with with the homeless, like Penn Station, Newark, or New York Penn Station, or Grand Central, or something like that. And if you're just waiting for 10 minutes, just take 10 minutes and just sit down with, not in a way that makes you feel unsafe, but, take 10 minutes and just sit with someone and talk with them would be one thing, just to sort of validate them. Another thing would be, since it does seem to have a lot to do with, a lot of the homeless people have addiction issues and mental health issues and stuff like that. So there's something else going on as well as them being homeless. I guess just sort of continued support for homeless shelters or addiction programs or something like that. Give money to your local Narcotics Anonymous or something like that, just to help them run programs. Because it takes a lot of effort to build up sort of that structure underneath them, and so it's to support those sort of larger institutions to help them out, and just give your time. Ooh, and have a granola bar in your car. If anybody, so that if someone is asking for money on the street, you can have a granola bar.
So like, I guess the mass media and this like world media views and the way they portray homeless. Have you guys seen anything like in the news, in the media, that isn't true, or anything that you wish they would show more? Because I feel like they're just a very underrepresented.
Yeah.
Or like a human, like sort of human interest, like success story.
Yeah, like
sort of like that New York Times story, or there was one. You said the one person sort of was kind of a success story, right?
Yeah, found their daughter through Twitter.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And so any story, so like a story that
they gave,
or just raises awareness of like the various shelters. Sort of the way that they'll raise awareness of disasters around the world, just sort of raise awareness of what people can do to help where the various shelters are.
What would you guys say about like the stereotypes that like movies and television show regarding homeless people? Are they true in some ways, or completely falsified, or?
I mean, in some ways they are. In some ways they are true. The one thing I would say that the stereotype that I see of homeless people in movies is that they're dumb, something like that. That's the main way.
Yeah.
Like when I think of homeless people in movies, I think of sort of they're like almost they're this sort of weird character who's off to the side, who doesn't have too much to do with the story. I really, in media, they don't really seem threatening to my experience, but they seem like someone who's dumb or drunk and just sort of off to the side, not doing anything. And I think that's inaccurate.
Like
the sense
lazy.
of the sense that they're lazy or foolish or not worth. That sort of, you can leave them in one spot and you come back 3 weeks later and they'll be in the exact same spot. Sort of. So that portrayal, I don't think that's accurate. I do think there's some truth to the homeless person is often like the person with addiction problems and stuff like that. I do think that is probably more accurate than.
And I would say, I mean, not all homeless people are, I would say, on the street because of addiction. I would say some are on the street just because they lost their job. I mean, like because of the economy, honestly, and probably a smaller percentage is on the street because of the economy. But I would say, what percentage would you give it?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't put a number on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But I would say more or less it's because of addiction.